So, and I agree with you that we started from nothing, and now we have this solution. And actually, maybe some people yet don't know that when European Commission was having this pool of ideas how this FT environment should function, there were 8 different solutions that was looked at how the pan-European architecture could function. And actually this Baltic Polish pilot was the one that was chosen as an example, and now this is a role model that will be implemented to the whole Europe. So that I even have goosebumps at the moment when I said that, because it's such a big thing that can come with good collaboration and good ideas and put into practice. And I agree with you, Monica, that we can't stop there because there's a long way to go. But now we started it, and we're not going to stop it before we will reach to the point. So thank you, and applause for you also. We have now we have a little bit of time. Our speakers from northern part of the world are not very talkative, so please grab your phones, online participants and those who are here. And we have prepared these some questions for you. First is, what is the key factor for the cross-border project to be successful? And the Slido, if you go to the slido.com, you can put like hashtag NDPTL. I know these letters are maybe not very easy if you're not acquainted with this. It's an NDPTL. And choose. Everything is, there's no wrong answers. So, and if I'm not mistaken, you can even have multiple choices. At the moment, political will is winning, but we'll see. It's a tie at the moment. But I agree that political will is very, very important, and that's why I'm very happy that Estonia and Finland signed last year the Memorandum of Understanding between our countries to develop digital logistics and transport together. And we have formed also a working group between our ministries to work closely together. Because as Matti said, that logistics don't know the borders of the countries. They go where they want to go. And then that's why it's no point to do the digitalization inside your own country, because it's not going to fly. You have to have friends over the border to work with, and I'm very happy that we have this very, very good group of people. So I think that we should print it out and give it to all politicians, because we need them in order to be successful. I guess we can finalize this. And we have the next question for you. And it's not actually a question, it's a cloud of words, just randomly. First word that comes into your mind when thinking about digitalization. Everything is correct. Even TikTok. I like the Eva there. I'm so impressed, so many words. I must say, I don't know what coffee code means. Ah, QR code. Okay. Thanks for the digitalization and AI that changes our words. But coffee code, maybe it's a new project name or something. Yeah. It's when you go to Starbucks and they ask your name, you can say coffee code. I think we have a winner, and that is future, then hard work, security, and paperless. Very, very, very good. And all the words are very accurate. Okay, the coffee code is interesting, and I thank you for this, Cloud. And I have also now, as we have a little bit time, do you have any questions arisen, or do you want to reflect on some of the keynotes that we had here? Maybe Ulrika, you would like to say, because you were mentioned several times here how good you are, and I agree totally.
Thank you. I can turn from here. Should I maybe come there? I can come there. But I need to have everyone actually around, because it's a project that is really an expression of regional efforts, also obstacles, also challenges, and a huge long journey that actually has started in 2015 from visions of getting Europe paperless and reflecting that vision towards the European Commission ambition to set up a regulation that would make paperless possible, starting from 2017, where we first met Leah. And Leah was assigned to make a proposal for a regulation, maybe a directive, maybe a regulation, that would set guidelines for digital reporting in all transport modes, because there was already the use case for single window in maritime. And at the time, all the communities were hesitant and said to Leah, this will never happen. Leah said, but in 2.5 years, I have to present a proposal for the regulation. So please do tell me, what do you want in there? That's where all the community had to react. And step by step, we realized the more digital, the more organized, the more mandatory we go, the better the result will be. But how? That is only the negotiation space. We discovered that each of the obstacles that we thought each of the other stakeholders had was a misconception. The public sector said, we seem to know that the companies actually want to run on paper, because that's how they do it, that's how they like it. The business said, we would definitely not like to run on paper if there would be coherent rules how we can go digital. The association said, but our partners and members never will come digital because it's not a use for them. And then reflecting back and forth with different stakeholders, we said, but let's then imagine that by year X, say 2030 or 2035, will be digital, halfway or fully, how that might be possible. And by getting this question open, we could start thinking of the pathways. And it has been, therefore, an excellent journey in Estonia as like within the country with the partnership of the ambitious digital people, both in the public sector, private sector, and the associations in the initiative that we created back in 2017. And then bridging rather quickly during the same time within a project that had already been initiated, the Digino, that worked with digital streams in different business areas, including the CMR, where the first ambition was to get PDFs exchanged in digital ways. And we quickly evolved that into an understanding that we still need companies and platforms to host their own data and exchange data between themselves without having too much of governmental space to organize this as like in terms of midterm reporting or keeping those files. As we saw the IT development quickly reaching to the levels that we needed to, both in e-governmental but also in the private sector. And soon enough, we realized that as the cross-border interoperability between different IT systems and registries had already been established in other domains, say for Schengen, for business registries, all the work that EU LISA, for example, is doing in large-scale IT systems for Europe, where much more sensitive data is exchanged cross-border, where networks and structures are set up in different competent authorities to mitigate both the accesses and control of data and security of data, then it is not impossible. We just need to figure out how to do that. And in the Digino project, we had 4 partners at the time, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and Poland. And reflecting back and forth to the European Commission, we rather soon developed the thought that why not try to set up the ECMRs and CMRs that were already, some of the companies already are using or bridging, or even if they have like semi-digital, we could use that opportunity and set up index registries that each and every of our countries would have a hub where they can register the CMRs without uploading them, but still get them validated and checked and timestamped that they did exist. So you can't fake any of your records afterwards. And soon all the community came along, let's try. And then we tried. And we tried it in a way possible that we could. We uploaded PDF files, we uploaded pictures, scans, whatnot, just to show that we can have a competent authority using their device and their tool side and their user interface for logging in. Yes, with passwords at the time, but still. By typing in the truck number or the trailer number that is passing by, or they can observe, or they were given as a test vehicle, and really look into the documents that were uploaded digitally, off-site, on-site if needed, browse through them individually, or we also try to aggregate them. But that's, all these use cases are really, we tried all of them, we tried to imagine all of them, and really mitigate that this would be workable. And from there, the history shows that we communicated this logic would work without any central database and without losing trust towards the ECMR platforms, but the other way around, in endorsing them and allowing rules to be created for them. And the European regulation, the proposal for the regulation was set up by Leah with colleagues, of course, but very much by herself. After all these discussions with not only us, but all European partners, to have FD set up in a way that the trust and all the data would be at the platforms, the FT platforms, the ECMR platforms, the data platforms held by economic operators or service providers themselves, and that FT would not be about reporting and uploading information to competent authorities or to central registries, neither national, neither European central, nowhere. Because we proved, not only us from this side of Europe, but also from Italy, from Netherlands, that, that businesses can be trustworthy for showing the data at the time that the control takes place. And the list of whom I would like to thank on this journey for trusting the same reflection is lengthy, and all these partners that we've had around here have everyone brought a piece of new knowledge, new information, and validation. Even the ones who have questioned the logic the most have been most helpful, because then you discover the little flaws and gaps. And we're still in the middle of setting up all the rules and understanding still in the European Commission. We don't have all the final details yet. We all know that. This is all that we find as challenge, but yet it is an excellent opportunity to have the immediate reflection. Communities are testing and trying, thinking. The regulator is also thinking along, seeing what is possible, and then reflecting back, and then we go like in a positively tandem, and then we have all the competent authorities and stakeholders from each and every member state who say, this is logical, this would work, this is what we would like, this is what we feel there is a barrier. And within these years, we've had quite good space to have these discussions, and I'm happy now that we've merged these streams with the Baltic Nordic. Now that we have this NDPTL project, the Nordic part has been bridging towards us, and we've had the bridging towards the other European networks and communities, and also the key partners, the biggest players and the biggest markets, Germany, France, and Italy, which now we have bridged through other projects and initiated projects that we'd see how to have a hybrid but still interconnected world, because we do know that it will be a network of networks of networks that still have to be able to speak to each other. And the main rule is that we have same rules, same standards, same approaches, and that's what these projects have been about. We do hope, and now that everyone has been doubtful whether all the EU member states come along with FT, but there's no escape. We had this like from August 2025, 21st of August 2025, the first oranges could go. Now that we're in slight delay, a few months, then the date has to be calculated. But we would place a challenge with the Ready for FT and FT for EU and all the communities that we're having, that the first day that it is possible, we should be able to all go to the street, basically, and see that first patch of oranges go. I think it could be also our common challenge to make these use cases for that first day and cheer at the roadside and say that we actually did it, and on the first day, these oranges are actually coming. And we can check the documents without stopping the truck, and we see these are oranges, these are originated there. It's all fine. It's not dangerous goods, by the way. So have put a flag or remove the flag and have all of that done. Yes, FT is only a part. There's so many other layers that you need to know about the transport. and documents and vehicle and operations and whatnot. So we're all solving that, but we should go for having on that very first day that all the legislation is intact. I think we should all gather on that day, digitally or physically or combined, to see that happening and have these test rides that we have done several times here during the journey, like hunting the truck with a camera and customs and dogs and police and all these like shows as well, to engage and to understand ourselves that this digital on the screen is actually materialized in physical processes that people are doing at roadside. And yeah, I'd say that, you know, when is that I'd say should be the first day, and that the FT is in effect fully, and its implementing delegated acts are in effect. That would be a pin challenge. Thanks.
A big applause to Ulrika. And I'm sorry to have asked you, but you know the history so well, so I didn't want to lose this opportunity, especially that as we had time. And for those who don't know who this mysterious Leah is, then she is Leah Potek, and she works at the European Commission at the DG Move, and she is the reason why we're having this discussions here, actually, because she is the head of the FT regulation implementation and all the other documents that comes with it. So, well done, Leah. She couldn't be with us today, but she definitely keeps a close eye to our project. So, if you have any reflections, who would like to? Eva. Yes, very good. We have this spontaneous. That's why we arranged these tables. Sorry, online participants, that we have a nice group of people. We are not strangers, so everybody can take the floor as they please if they have time, and we have now. So, Eva, please.
Yes. So actually, we have a voice from the audience. So as it was mentioned in the beginning, we have like 95% of FT community in this room. And the remaining 5% are online watching this presentation. So we have a word from Egidius Krodanis from Infobalt, who was one of the people who made this proposal happen and worked restless nights, quite literal nights, together with Milda on this proposal 2 years ago. So unfortunately, he could not join today, and he is absolutely heartbroken to miss the well-known Estonian parties and the feast that is awaiting this evening. So Eva, personal sorries from him to you, that the great party will be missed, and spoiler for everyone else, that is going to be a great one. And what Egidius wanted maybe to emphasize or to be happy about is coming back a few slides and also building on top of what Ulrika said. By doing these projects and showing great results, showing examples, showing technical solutions, and that things are technically possible, we can actually influence political will quite a bit. And it was tremendous job that we did with this project, constantly showing up in rooms of policymakers, of stakeholders, and constantly showing them, look, we made a prototype. It's just like a project prototype. It's not even like a business company invested millions and millions to do this. We as a project managed to prove that this concept works, that it's possible, and that this regulation, it's coming. We only have a couple of months left to prepare for it, and you need to do this and this and this. So as a project and as a group of experts, we can really raise awareness and help politicians to understand what is happening, give direction, give a list of very concrete actions, what can be done to be ready and to prepare for this change and reduce the overall anxiety from all the parties involved about the upcoming change. So I think we did quite a lot to help change this political will and for it to start supporting the cause and supporting the project. Yes, thank you. And as I said, nice, kind words from Egidius to everyone in the room.
Hello, Egidius. I'm really sorry that you can't be here. Greetings to China, I guess, if I'm not mistaken. And thank you, Eva, for your contribution and for leading this project. As said before, you've done a great job. So, but I guess that now if nobody wants to take the floor, though we have open mic. No? It's okay. Oh, Ulrika missed something?
I wanted to endorse that among these, like, doing the projects, the big effort is to write the project, get everyone around it, especially if it needs like self-financing, then it's an extreme effort, and to manage the projects, to get them to the end. So so that is always like an unseen part of what is behind it, as well as the numerous hours of discussions, meetings, chats that sometimes people say, you know, too many meetings, but they still are needed to align, to feel, and to build trust, that you know each other and you know what people are doing, what they're about, and when something needs to be done, that you actually then at the time of needing to be done, no one's hesitating, and you'd say it will work. So that was maybe, but you know, mainly if anyone else would like to, yeah, use the opportunity to have an opening speech, then that's the chance. Now we have the space.
Oh, Rudy.
First, we met each other online, remember? Yes. The first time that we met each other and we introduced your initiatives on the Baltic side, and we compared it with the Benelux side. And I'm very, very happy I can be with you in this event right now. The good thing is that I can report that the 3-4 ECMR providers from the Benelux, they would have about 1 million ECMR per year at this moment in a real operational environment, with some which could come to Estonia, I think, because from a legal point of view, I think that everything is close to be ready. I also remember that when we started in the Benelux, there were 8 countries that adopted the ECMR convention, including Lithuania, including Latvia, including Netherlands. And today we are with 33 countries. So it shouldn't be too difficult to come with the oranges from Spain to Estonia. Once we have the EFTI regulations specified and done, the challenge is really going to be to make sure that the truck drivers, that the economic operators, they join us. And I think this is the next way to go. But congratulations to the efforts of the team here. I'm trying to follow you on LinkedIn, of course. Yeah, and I'm very happy that we can join this conference today. Yeah.
Thank you, Rudy. Applause. I very well remember this first encounter with you online, because it was COVID times. And when we had this first pilot project in Proto, actually we never met our project partners. It was a very digital project because we did everything digitally and from the beginning to the end. But I'm very happy that these days are over and we can be here together and of course online. That is also a good thing that we have this option now. When people don't have time to travel, but they still can take part of these great events that are happening around Europe and around the world. But if I'm not mistaken, then Heiti wanted to say something.
Yeah, hello. I wanted to make some comments as well. So, few things that are in my mind. So basically, it's nice to hear so many good words regarding FT, regarding digitalization, regarding the initiative that we have started in 2015 with Single Window Estonia. And we hoped at that time that we are leaving the, how would say, gin from the bottle. And now it looks like we was right at that time. And I would say that my feeling is that this is the fastest growing area in business sectors, at least in Europe, because so many countries, so many people feeling that the main obstacle for economic growth at the moment is logistics, and the reason is that it's still based on paper and lack of on-time data regarding this. But still, I'd like to remember that we are talking about ECMR, and this is just a couple of water in the sea, because FT is regulating all transportation modes, and we still have maritime transportation, we have air cargo, and we still have railway. Even the railway at the moment is in quite poor position. So it is nice that we have started this journey, but we are in the very beginning with these topics, and we hoping that we will have the first actual working pilots when we can not only like playing the digitalization, but actually making it happen, and we will have those grateful companies who finally say that, "Oh, thank God, you finally did it."
Thank you, Heidi. And I have another hands up to Lauri and then Jan.
Yes, I'm singing my old song, but the thing is that first of all, our biggest obstacle is the mindset and the behavior. So in general, it's more on the business side than on the administrative side, but we should take all the efforts that the mindset will be changed. If we will manage to change the mindset, then it works also. But that is the hardest job, because the logic is still analog. It's not digital. So that's it from my side. Thank you. But Eva, congratulations. You have been very, very good in that, what you're doing.
Thank you, Lauri. And I totally agree that changing the mindset is very, very difficult. And changing from the paper-based processes to digital is also very difficult, because it's hard to imagine unimaginable. So we need to look more deeply into this. And Heidi, also, you're right, FT is not only about road transportation, it's on all transport modes, which makes it even more exciting. And now, over to Jan.
Yeah, thank you, Eva. My name is Jan Bergstrand, and I'm here together with my colleague, Mr. Malcolm Lundgren, who has left. But I would like to start, just not to destroying the timeline. I'm not. Okay, good. But there's another timeline I heard about oranges, but I heard also that Rudy has plans to move to Spain, 50%, so maybe you can bring the oranges in your own car paperless next time. Okay, now enough with jokes. From Swedish side, I'm representing the Trafikverket, the Swedish Transport Administration. We are very happy to be invited here. Thanks Herman, Eva, Matti, Lasse, and others that brought us, Ulrika, that brought us along in a Helsinki meeting earlier this year. And Sweden has been, is of course into FT, and we have been into the DTLF work quite heavily. But when it comes to the, let's say, breaking point of the ECMR, which is maybe the most popular item mentioned in this work of FT, we have been a bit late in ratifying it, but it has been done during the DTLF work. So we are on it. But we are a little bit after, but now we hope that we can join the party here at the Baltic State and others to pick up and also contribute maybe with some use cases, etc. So that's why we are here and happy to celebrate the NDPTL project today, and but also looking forward for other initiatives that is in the planning, you can say. So thank you, and that's a little bit of a statement from Trafikverket in Sweden. Okay.
Thank you all. If nobody else wants to take the floor, I'm now happy to say that we happily have reached to the lunch.